Before I get started, I'd like to say thank you, Crusher Dugan and Papa Don. You're a winner. With that in mind, Starship said it best. Nothing's going to stop us now. NYWC writes, I am the administrator of the NYWC message board, Robert Lottie. Psycho Circus 11 was a kick-ass show. Better than last year's. And I think the crowd was not as big as this year's, but we'll get into that later on. We kicked off the show with the Joker's Wild Battle Royal, which was won by rookie sensation Jesse Vane. Among other participants were Mega, Braden Knight, One-Man Militia Matthew Justice, the returning Dirty Rednecks, Jay Red, and many others. And it was a pretty good battle royal, and Jesse Vane will now get a shot at any NYWC championship at a later date when he chooses. Next match was set to be Big Game Smith James and Bill Carr taking on DJ Fat Pat and Francis Kipling Stevens. However, the new Reckless and Wasted, JT Kaysen and Bryce Young inserted themselves into the match, and in a three-way dance, Big Game Smith James and Bill Carr defeated DJ Fat Pat, Francis Kipling Stevens, and the new Reckless and Wasted to become #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championship. In a three-way menage a trois, as Larry Legend put it, Boy Diva Rick Cataldo beat the gorgeous Nikki Adams and Marty Bell in a three-way match to retain the Starlet Championship. That's, I think for Cataldo, in all the times I've seen him work, that's been his best performance. The Beaver Boys, John Silver and Alex Reynolds, defeated Jigsaw and Chuck Taylor to retain the Tag Team Championship. From there, Commissioner Brian Vitko comes to the ring, and he said, he says, you know, I'm here to join in on your party, and I invited some friends, and they're the #1 contenders of the Tag Team Championship, which then prompted Vitko to say, by the way, you're defending the belts against them right now, which resulted in Big Game Smith James and Bill Carr defeating the Beaver Boys to become the new NYWC Tag Team Champions. In a great singles match, the premier athlete, Anthony Nese, defeated former WWE superstar Trent Beretta retain the Fusion Championship. These two guys had great chemistry together in younger days, and it seems like they picked up right where they left off, and they had a really great match, as both men have gotten better as the years have gone by. In a great three-way matchup, which was refereed by the Big Dog Forge, the Greek God Papa Don defeated No Fear Mike Mondo and Jerry Lynn after nailing Jerry with a brain buster. And after the match, the roster came out and thanked Jerry for all he did for the business over the years. After a brief intermission, it was time for the Psycho Circus. A quick rundown. Order of entry: Stockade and Rex Lawless began, followed by Ryan Rush, Alvin Alvarez, Dickie Raj, Mikey Whipwreck, Apollyon, and the Big O. Among the weapons that were used, Big O brought a dumbbell. Stockade used, I don't know what you call those things. They're like acupuncture or something. They're not needles, folks, but he used something. He drove them into Rex's head when it was just the two of them to start the match off, and boy, did Rex bleed through his top of his skull. Alvin brought bowling balls. Of course, you had one side of the ropes wrapped in barbed wire. The order of elimination saw Ryan Rush get eliminated after he took a whippersnapper from Mikey and a lariato from Stockade. Apollyon pinned Alvin. Mikey and Dickie went to a table together, eliminating both of them. Rex pinned Stockade. Big O pinned Rex. Big O, spine bastard! Apollyon threw a table and got a 3 count, and as a result, the Big O is the new NYWC heavyweight champion. He was about to say something on the microphone, but Victor Cruz, Rex Lawless, and Dickie Rod come back out to try to crash his party until the premier athlete, Anthony Nese, chases him away with a chair. O raises the belt, and Nese hits O with the chair, and to show you how much heat this kid was getting, the fans started throwing garbage at Nese, and Nese took the microphone and says, you know, he don't care about he doesn't care about Trent Beretta, and he said, fuck you all to the fans. I know I should watch my language because I know 2 children that usually watch these videos with their dads. More on those guys later. By the way, I forgot to mention, after the second matchup, Flawless Blake Morris announced he was back at NYWC, and the crowd was saying, what, 5 zillion times until Braden Knight came out, and Morris tells Braden, you know, you had your first match here against me, and while your kid sits in the front row, you're drinking beer. You're a great role model. And they went at it, and then it was a pull apart by Shane and most of security. And by the way, security, Neil and Raleigh, and I forgot who the other gentlemen's names are. I know security is a tough job, even though I don't know what it's like to do that at a wrestling show or any place else. Okay, but you know, I mean, there are definitely people throwing stuff at me. That was definitely going too far, and I hope you grabbed those people and, hope you threw them out, even though the show was just ending at that time. And I think this was like the latest. The show ended like 10:34 p.m. That's like the latest a Psycho Circus show has ever ended, folks. I don't know about the rest of you. On the personal note, it was great sitting with Ralph, Duke, Fred, and Don for this event. Don, I wish I could have caught you after the show and taken down your phone number, man, because it seems like we don't catch each other at NYWC and no other shows out there. Great seeing Oliver and Chris, the aforementioned Raleigh and Neil, Shane, John, Aisling, Allison, the lovely woman I remember as Violet Stevens. A lot of other people that I noticed in the crowd, but I think the crowd, as I mentioned earlier, the crowd was smaller than last year due to the seating. Now, the only tiff that I have about the seating is this. Now, we know the first 4 rows were for those who bought the tickets online. But how come in that one section I sat on, which had the most amount of chairs, how come they had, like, I know Big O's mom was right there with a 3, yeah, there was like after the first 4 rows, they had yellow tape around the next 3 rows after that. My goodness. I don't know. Shane, John, Jason Linnick, great seeing you. Brian Edelman, seeing you too. Guys, I think NYWC should run in a bigger building for Psycho Circus. Let's work on that, people. Come on, let's do this! Some of those people, fans waiting outside with me, being a bunch of jerks. Let me tell you that. And speaking of jerks, there was one guy sitting in front of me that was annoyed with my megaphone. Buddy, you don't like being around megaphones? If you want peace and quiet, go stay home and watch people put a ball in 18 holes. You look at an old buzzard yourself. Fucking old buzzard tell me to put my megaphone away. You can't take the heat. Get out of the fucking kitchen, faggot. Sorry about that, folks. No disrespect intended to anyone that's gay or bisexual or lesbian. It seemed that when I walked through the building, many of the roster tried to get me to buy some of their merchandise. Great seeing Artie, Scott, and their sons. And Artie, I think your sound equipment should be used from now on at the shows. And I really got to start hitching a ride with people after the shows to go to Twisted Shamrock, because I froze for 40 minutes after that damn taxi said 20 minutes. All together now, people. Lazy fucks, lazy fucks, lazy fucks. Sorry, I shouldn't have laughed at myself like Mr. Belding. Great show this was, as I mentioned. I can't believe Snow got involved in the match again, only from the mind of Mikey Whipwreck. Yeah, I think that's going to do it, folks. Folks, Psycho Circus 11 was an awesome show. NYWC returns Saturday, March 30th with Aftermath. And I have a match wish list. I'd like to see our new champion, the Big O, defend the belt against Rex Lawless. I'd like to see the new tag team champions, Smith James and Bill Carr, take on a fresh pair of Beaver Boys. I'd like to see Nicky Adams get a one-on-one title shot with Rick Cataldo. I don't know right now who I'd like to see fight Tony Nese one-on-one. It should be pretty good, though. Mike Mondo and Papa Doll one-on-one, please. And I don't know, since the Order of the Black no longer has any gold in their stable, I don't know, guys. I'd like to see maybe Apollyon and Rex or Ryan Rush and Rex go after the tag team titles someday. Well, folks, that will do it. NYWC rules.